What's up, guys? You know who it is. It's Curry Ninja MMA. As always, hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you are not. And leave a comment on how you think this fight will pair up, or rather match up, how these guys match up, how the fight will go down, what you're betting, whatever it is. But anyway, enough of that. I kind of make this try to make this a short and sweet one. Now we got Dan 50K Ige. What a great nickname, man. He lives up to it. He tries to, right? Really good. Versus Evloev over here, man. And Evloev does not have a nickname, really. Movsar Evloev. And really interesting fight up. So, first let's talk about Movsar Evloev. Why not? He's 28, young guy. He's 5'8". Of course, fighting at the 145 division. And, he's undefeated. 15 wins, 0 losses. And what I like about him is that, okay, we see the bread and butter is that wrestling, but this kind of allows him to have a little more freedom, or rather to fight kind of freely when standing up, right? Because he knows he has that in his back pocket. He knows he's going to make his opponents worried about the takedown, so he's able to throw at will. And I like that he's mixing things up. He has the cardio is looking pretty good. Actually, especially in the beginning, he's has a really good output, and is able to, which allows him to be able to grapple, right? I remember like the last fight, Hakeem Dawodu. I remember I had a good read on that. I like Dawodu as a fighter, and I think I have a pretty good read on him. Certain fighters you get good reads on. You think, okay, well, some guys you think, oh man, they're inconsistent. But some fighters you kind of see they're consistent. You see how they fight. You watch your tape. You kind of know what to expect. And I remember some people going for Dawodu, but I liked Evloev. And watching, I remember I watched UFC Fight Pass, and I watched on YouTube. I'd go back and see that. And now here I am doing it again. That's what you got to do, right? Grind out tape here and there every time they fight. But I'm this domination round just complete 3-round fight, unanimous decision. I'm sorry. And then of course Nick Lentz before that, he got the split decision in that. But I mean, he did win it. Mike Grundy, of course, that was a good fight too. Mike Grundy is really jacked. And he thought, okay, how is this gonna play? They both have this. They're kind of known for the wrestling, but Evloev just showed that he was just overall just more agile, right? He was just and also that he was able to get out of that choke, man. That was nice, man. He's very aware of it. He's composed. He's flexible. He's very light on the feet. So he was able to do it. I mean, I like this kick. He's kind of coming up into his own with his striking as well. So I really like to see it as well. Enrique Barzola, who always brings it, he got him there with 2019, right? Sorry. This is a unanimous decision to him as well. And Sung Wo Choi, also, who's a big guy for the division, has power. But he was able to do it. He got the unanimous decision over him as well. Going back and watch his fights, you get an idea of how he's fighting, and he always brings it. So you know what to expect. Stylistically, he's a problem for a lot of people in the division. If you think he's a good striker, if you're a good striker, you're gonna have to be worried about his takedowns, right? And it's not the fact that he's just kind of throwing sloppily. Which, like I said, if you have a good wrestling background, it allows you to kind of get away with things because you're able to mix in a takedown. You don't have to be the crispest. The crisp. Sorry, that word? I don't know why it just kind of gave me a brain fart. But anyway, yeah, you don't have to have the best boxing ability, right? When you have those punches that are really crisp, you don't have to have that ability necessarily because it's good to work on that. But when you have that wrestling in the background, I don't want to ramble on, but if you look at Khabib as well, that's why he timed it up over time, but he would get away with some shots. He was just throwing with power because of his wrestling background. He had power, and he knew he didn't really have to, worry about getting in boxing range too much because he would, go for the takedown. But I'd like to talk about his opponent as well, Dan Ige over here, man. He's good. He's working at Extreme Couture. Head coach is Eric Nixick, which is working. My boy Cody is working with him now. Cody Garbrandt. It's good. I see they're going. As they say, iron sharpens iron. I'm sure they're getting a lot of. The striking is going to be up there, and of course, Extreme Couture is not a bad gem at all. I'm sure he's going to be working on his takedown defense a lot for this. He doesn't have bad takedown defense, but when someone has a wrestling advantage over Ige tends to obviously be the one to be on the bottom, be on the losing side of the grappling exchanges. But he's we know he's got the power in his hands stuff, but he will go through a lot of decisions. He has he'll go for some subs as well. We get this idea that he's just going to box, and that's primarily what he likes to do. But he's got submission game as well. It's tough because when you see that fight against Josh Emmett. Right, and sorry, I was going to talk about this earlier on, but I decided to talk about Evloev first. Anyway, Josh Emmett, of course, he's built like really, thick. He's just like, a really strong dude. He used to fight up a weight class, working at Team Alpha Male, and he's got that wrestling background as well. So you don't have to worry about that. We know it's going to be mostly a stand-up fight. And I just saw Emmett having success going that right hand as well. And but we saw Ige. Ige was just kind of, he has a power, but I like that he's become more patient. He kind of said that he learned from that his fight with Korean Zombie. He wanted to kind of look for the finish. But I almost feel like that's because look at Zombie. He's also a bigger guy. Emmett's a bigger guy, right? He's kind of Chang Sung Jung, Korean Zombie. They're bigger guys, for the division. And Ige's not the biggest 145er, It's a good weight class for him, I do believe, though. I think he doesn't have to really cut much weight. He's still got power. He's got good movement. He's got good boxing skills. But you'll see he's losing to these guys who are able to kind of out muscle him or kind of out grapple him. It was a close fight. Ige was doing well in the Amit fight and during the second round. But Emmett just had the harder shots being landed. And it's going to be the Korean Zombie fight as well. Ige has moment, but if you rewatch it, it's pretty much domination from Korean Zombie. These are bigger guys, and Ige's fighting, when you're fighting bigger guys and in really good competition, is what happens. Of course, that great knockout win over Gavin Tucker, in the first round, and then before that, losing to unanimous decision to Calvin Couture. But like I said, these are guys, these are higher level guys. Powerful dude. So I feel like this is a big step up for competition with Evloev, but I think stylistically, look, you got to go with Evloev. If you just want to play that, you don't want to complicate it. It's really juiced, but Evloev decision should be the play, just to kind of take off the steam from the money line, just betting at money line. But that being said, I do feel like he's going to win. If you're looking for value, though, as far as a bet, look, I'm sure that you're going to have, if you have him in a parlay, right? The good thing about this is that, look, it's the co-main event. So if you have in a little parlay, 2 leg, 3 leg, or whatever, how many legs, if you want to get more degenerate, put more legs in there. But the good thing about this is if your parlay is starting to hit, it's the co-main event. Right before this fight happens, you can hedge with Ige if you want to. And I wouldn't overcomplicate, like, maybe Ige by KO or whatever because of his power. No. I don't really see Evloev getting knocked out. I don't really see that happening. Could, but it's not really worth it. I like prop bets to sprinkle on here and there, but I don't think that's worth it. I think just money line is nice enough. And the good thing about that is if you want to do, like I said, if you do have Evloev in a little parlay, I took some notes here. I just feel like So like I said, before I talk about no, I think I should have covered everything. All right, I think it's. Yeah, like I said, I think it's a favorable stylistic matchup for Evloev. So I think if you want to see, I do see value in the Ige play. You want to sprinkle on that. I wouldn't just bet that straight up and just forget it. Like, okay, it's either dog or pass. I don't really feel that necessarily. I think it's fine. I do feel like stylistic Evloev should win. His striking's been improving. He's well rounded. He's going to use wrestling and it's a bad stylistic matchup for him. For Ige. But I think let's say you just put let's say. Let's just do whatever you're doing, like $10 units or whatever. Of course you can increase it. Like I like just using that number because you can increase it. Like, okay, well, no, Curry, I use $30 units, or I use $100 units. Whatever. Okay, just increase from there. I'm just saying if you want to bet light because you feel like, okay, this card's a little bit of has some manholes there, or some landmines, if you will. You want to play light here. Let's just talk about this for simple math reasons. Original bet. Let's say if you have like a $60 bet on a parlay. Let's say you have Evloev in a parlay. Okay? You think, all right, you got a couple legs, maybe just one other leg earlier in the card, right? In the prelims or whatever. Or a couple legs, I don't care. Oh, they're going well. Okay, this is the last one. If Evloev catches, I'm good, but if he doesn't, then I'm messed up. or whatever, right? And so if that's the case, I do think you should bet maybe 2 units. If you have 6 units on a bet with a parlay with Evloev, I think it's worth 2 units. You can use it. Like I said, use a math calculator. Get the hedge calculator. Okay, and maybe 2 units. Just do it accordingly. And I think a hedge bet on Ige is fine. I think I think that's okay. Like I said, if you're saying, I'm not a big hedge person, I don't like preemptive hedging. I'm just saying there's something to think about. If the night's going well for you, and the last leg of one of your parlays is Evloev, maybe it's good to hedge on Ige. That being said, I do feel like Evloev should get this done. So, I mean, I think, yeah, if you just want to not do that, if you want to just play Evloev straight up, money line is really steep, so Evloev by decision is the play to go to get some steam off that, as I already said. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that, guys. I could have gotten more in detail, but sorry, I kind of messed up with the I kind of messed up on that. I was like thinking different odds. I was thinking, wait a minute, how much is your what are the odds on your parlay? I was like, wait a minute, why am I doing this math for them? Like, it depends on what your parlay is, what the original bet amount was, what your original bet odds were, and then and it's simple. You just put the hedge bet odds. It's okay. See what they are. Plug that in, and then you'll get the amount. Right, hedge bet amount should be this amount, right? So, and then you'll see your guaranteed profit. I've already shared that. If I confuse you, if I'm just rambling on this, you think, what the hell are you talking about? I already did a video, one of my more recent videos called hedge betting. It just says right there, even on the screenshot. I'm sorry, the thumbnail has hedge right there. It says right. But yeah, you want to check that out if you don't know, but just in case if you're maybe newer to gambling or whatever. But like I said, guys, just enjoy the fights, as I always say, and just I'm just rambling on here. I have like a million things in my mind right now, so I'm just trying to. I have other bets and fights and things to think about as well, so I'm trying not to mix that in here. Gonna cut the video short. Let me know what you think about it. It's not like a super hot take or anything, but I think I gave some good advice here. And yeah, peace out, guys. Enjoy the fights. Good luck to your bets. Bet responsibly, all that good stuff. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace out.